Good morning. Hello. This is my Facebook Live. My name is Carrie Ritchie. I'm excited to be stamping with you today. And I wanted to tell you today is a fabulous day. The Stampin' Up! Starter Kit there's an amazing deal right now. So let's find out where the info is. I can share it with you. It is one of the best, probably the best starter kit I've ever seen. Making sure that I am on the right thing on Facebook. It is 12 p.m. Central Time. And it looks like we're good to go. So, yay. But yeah, the starter kit special, this is for the whole month of October. If you would like to have more information about it, just hang on and I'll share that with you. There's two different options. The first one, you can get $125 worth of whatever products you want. Normally you pay $99 for that plus tax. There's free shipping. But right now, instead of spending $99, you can get all of that, the same amount, for only $35. So it's $90 and free. You just pay tax on that. It's free shipping. You get a free paper pumpkin. It's just a great joining deal. The other one, if you're interested, is $99 for $189 worth of stuff. So you get a whole lot more stuff. It's more money, but it's still $90 savings. You get for free, $90 for free. But both of them come with the paper pumpkin and business supplies, catalogs, and then whatever you choose out of that amount. You can't go over the amount, but it's either $125 or $189 for only $35 or $99. You can join my team, and that means you get to come to my demonstrator meetings. We have a lot of fun. We have make and takes, and we talk about stamp techniques, card making, business tips. We have a swap where everybody can make cards and share their swap card, and we vote on them, and the winners get prizes from me. You get prizes for hitting certain sales goals and just having fun being with other demonstrators. We've got a great group of ladies that love to craft together, and we love to laugh and eat and just make cards and have a good time. So if you need any more information on that, please message me and I can give you more info. You don't have to do anything with that. You can, you do join my team when you sign up under me. But if you just want to get the discounts, you can, but it's a great way to support your hobby. Because even though Stampin' Up! Is my business, it's also my hobby. I do it as a stress reliever to make cards and craft. I wish I had the pictures of my granddaughters. The reason I'm late today is it's my granddaughter's 4th birthday, and we were over at her house, and my daughter and her husband are building a house in Venus, Texas, and so they wanted to show it to me, and I just needed to spend some more time with my grandbabies. So Harrison was at school, but the other 3 were there, and it was just good being with them. But where was I going with that? Kind of lost track. I don't know. Anyway, that's why I'm late, because I was with them. But the other thing, October's paper pumpkin is a must-have. It's called Cozy Christmas. You get 9 cards, all the supplies needed to make 9 cards and 9 envelopes, 3 each of 3 different designs. You get a stamp spot. It's pecan pie, I think, if I read that right. And then embellishments and flocking, all kinds of cute stuff. The November's is a wrapped in cheer. It's treat boxes. And then December's is watercolor and bloom. You can also add on the dies to get those to coordinate with that. And then my upcoming classes, I've got the links for those. I can post it on this group after my video this afternoon. But also, if you want to be on my email list, let me know and I can add you to that, and you can find out about my classes. But Friday, October 17th, 10 a.m., I'm having a Christmas card class. You can come make 4 cards for $20, or you can take the Stamp-A-Stack, so it's 20 cards for $38, or it's only $18 with a minimum $35 order. So you get 20 cards. You just bring your own adhesive and we make cards together. It's a lot of fun. And then my evening card class this month is going to be using the cards that we're using today, the Textured Notes bundle, and that's Thursday, October 23rd at 6 p.m. If you want any of these classes to go, you just pay the $9 shipping fee, or if you want to pick them up from my house, there's no fee for that if you want to get it to go. There's new online exclusives that have just come out. There's new kits collections, and this is an even month, so the Last Chance products has been updated, so go check them out. Lots of things on sale in there. And then Saturday is World Card Making Day, and I have not had anyone RSVP for that, so it looks like I'm just having not the in-person event, since I haven't had any RSVPs for that. So it's just going to be watch the video. Make sure you register for this by, I think it's October 3rd is the last time. And then you can watch the video. It's free to watch and you can get a gift. If you want to purchase the World Card Making Day kit, it's called Handmade and Heartfelt. It's $32, and it makes the card holder and all the cards and envelopes and everything that you need to make that. And then also there is a class that you can buy. It's $30, and it's an online live class on October 23rd, and it's the Traditions of Christmas Sweets. So if you want to make the cards along with the video, then you need to purchase that sweet collection. And then also the Advent calendar is live. You can purchase that, and it comes with a double stamp set here and 12 different surprise boxes that you can open in this big Advent calendar. Each day you can open a box and find some kind of crafting exclusive product. So it could be paper or embellishments, different stamping tools, all kinds of goodies in there. So get that while you can. I think we're ready to stamp. I wanted to tell y'all you can still order out of the annual catalog. You can order out of the mini catalog, and then also there are a lot of online exclusives. So the stamp set that we're using today is Textured Notes. It is bundle number 165556. It's $48.50, and with that you get these 7 stamps. So it's got this like a basket, like coastery type stamp. You are seriously the best. Thank you. A little note of appreciation. And these leaves, and these leaves, and this woven texture stamp here. And then the dies are fabulous. Even if you don't get the stamps, you have to get the dies. It cuts out 8 different die shapes. They're rectangles, but each of them has a different like stitched design around it. They're all different. So it's really cool. I love this die set and the stamp set. You can get the bundle for $48.50. If you purchase from me, then you get free goodies. And if you purchase this set, I will send you the cards, the 3 cards that we're making today, the kit to make that, and an extra one. So let's go ahead. Oh, you know what? Let's start. I forgot to share the cards we made last week with the A Little Cheer bundle. And the winner of our cards is Roxanne Gebauer. I'm not sure if I'm saying your last name right. I always forget. Is that right, Roxanne? So I'm going to see you anyway soon as I come over to Duncanville. So I'm going to, I'll bring these cards with me. So congratulations, Roxanne. Let's go ahead and get started on the first one. I've got, some paper here. It's just some, you know, scrap paper that I've got. We're going to use this, and we've got our pieces here. So we're going to start with, this is Cajun Craze, and it is 4 1/4 by 11. I should have scored this ahead of time. It would have made it fold a lot easier, but it's fine. We're going to set this aside, and then we've got 2 pieces, one for the inside and one for the outside. So we'll go ahead and adhere this on the inside so we can write our sentiment. of the Cajun Craze. And then we're gonna do some fancy stuff for this. So we're just gonna start by wiping our, this is 4 by 5 1/4 basic white, and I'm just using a dryer sheet. I usually use an embossing Betty, but I'm gonna use the dryer sheet again in a minute, so I thought I'll explain it in a minute. But let's go ahead and start. We're gonna use 4 different colors. We're just gonna use our blending brush to spread them on our paper. And these are the 4 colors. It's Crushed Curry, Pumpkin Pie, Cajun Craze, and Poppy Parade. So I've got the yellow here. So I'll start with the Crushed Curry, and we're just gonna add some blobs here and there. Oh, hi Janine, good morning. How are you? And then we're gonna come pick up some pumpkin pie and add that. And then we will switch to some Cajun Craze. Just covering our basic white with these colors. I think I'll add a little here. So this is my red one, and then I'm going to pick up the Poppy Parade. And we'll add some more to that. So we're just kind of adding a bunch of color on here. Fall colors. Okay. Then, oops, I probably should put those brushes where they won't fall off. Let's go ahead and close. Actually, let's leave these open for our next card. We'll just leave these open, but we'll push them up here out of the way a little bit. Okay, so now we've got this. We're going to stamp in Versamark. So we've got our Versamark here, and we're going to take the bigger of the 2 different leaf stamps and textured notes and ink it up in the Versamark. And we're just going to randomly stamp this. It's kind of hard to tell because it's in Versamark, but it is there. And just add that, and then we're going to go back with this leaf, branch of leaves, and stamp it. Ah! I dropped it. And we'll add some leaves on here. Okay. So this technique is called Joseph's Coat. So we're going to put clear embossing powder. So I've got this set of the Basics Wow embossing powder, and this one comes with the Primary Ebony. It's black, Opaque Bright White, and then the Clear Gloss Regular. So the number for that, if you want to order those, is 165679, and it's $21 for 3, so they're like $7 a piece. And now we're going to emboss it. Since we've stamped in Versamark, we're gonna put our paper in our little tray and sprinkle on the clear embossing powder. And we'll just spread it around on our card. Covering all of the wet places where we stamped. And then we're going to turn it upside down and flick it to get the excess off of there. I should have wiped it first. That's what I was going to do. I totally forgot to do that. So we'll just take our brush where did I do where did I put the embossing? Huh, where's my embossing box? That is strange. Embossing. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so we're gonna take our brush and just, I meant to wipe that with the dryer sheets and totally forgot, so. That's not really gonna work, is it? I kinda wanna do it over. I wonder what would happen if you know what, let's just try it over. Okay, I don't think that's gonna work. Okay, we will just brush this. I messed this one up, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna take the dryer sheet and wipe it again so it won't stick where we don't want it to. You'll never make mistakes, do you? Okay, we're gonna try this again. I'm gonna wipe it down one more time. And the reason I'm using the dryer sheet instead of the embossing buddy is because I was afraid I'd pick up some of the color and I didn't want the embossing buddy to get all the ink on it. But let's try this again and see. I may not line them up exactly right, but we'll just give it a good shot and see what happens. I feel like I should start over. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's just start over. We're just gonna do it quickly, okay? So, crushed curry. I feel like I messed that up, so we're just gonna start over. It's fine, right? Some pumpkin pie. And there's really no rhyme or reason. I'm just adding a bunch of colors on here. Fall colors. And we've got Cajun craze. I just don't want any of the white showing, so. And then some Poppy Parade. Okay. We're gonna try this again. So we're gonna wipe it this time, so it doesn't stick where we don't want it to stick. And you know what? I probably should heat this so it's not wet at all. I think that's what, the ink was wet and that's where it stuck. So we'll just heat that real quick, dry it. Okay, let's stamp it again, see if we can get this one to look better. So we've got this stamp, the bigger one. And then we've got the smaller one. And this is all in Versamark. Okay. Hopefully this one will work. Okay, we're gonna get our embossing tray. I had no problem the first time I did this. I'm not sure why I'm having problems today. Maybe because I was late on my video and stressed about getting back in time and all that, but let's just pray it works some. Yes, yes, it's gonna work this time. So you can carefully get all your powder down and pour it into your container. Make sure you got all your embossing powder back. So we've got two different sets of embossing powder. They're the metallics and the basics, and this was the basics. And they've got the clear, white, and black, and then the other set has got, I think it's gold, copper, and silver, I think. So we'll heat this up. So we'll just put this on our little, this is cardboard covered with foil. We're gonna heat this up to melt the embossing powder. So the foil helps heat it up a little bit quicker so it'll melt on there. And you still can't see it really well because it's clear, but the Joseph's Coat technique, you'll see it in a minute and it'll make the colors pop. So just make sure all of this gets glossy and shiny. All of the powder is melted. Okay, so we'll let that cool off a second. And so I've stamped this ahead of time to save time, but I die cut one of the little stamped images. A little note of appreciation. Throwing my bone folder across the room. So I die cut this with the textured notes, and then we're gonna add some embellishments, which we've got right here. These are the neutral matte dots, and they come in 2 different sizes and 4 different colors. There's white, black, beige, and crumb cake. So we're just gonna pick up one of the black ones and add it here. And then we're going to use these again on another card, so we'll keep them out. And then we're going to pop this little label up, so when we put it on, it'll be popped up with these mini dimensionals. Okay, so we'll set this aside, and now we're going to do the Joseph's Coat technique. So I want to make sure there's no embossing powder on here. So this is when we get our Memento ink. It's a little messy, but you can just apply the ink to your paper, just direct to paper from your ink pad. What am I trying to say? And I'm going to hold it here so I don't get this ink all over my fingers. And we'll just get that all covered up. You could do this in all different colors, kind of a rainbow effect, but just spreading your ink on there, and then we will take a paper towel and I'm gonna hold that again. So get all the extra ink off of there. So it just cleans it off of the shiny part where you can see all the fall colors. So it's just a real eclectic looking style that is not perfect. It's just kind of for fun. So we'll go ahead and mount this on our card base. The stamp and seal. Make sure I've got that the right way. Okay, so we'll just center this, and that was 4 by 5 1/4. It's not too bad, not too inky. And then we'll put our little label on. A little note of appreciation. So, card number 1, And then now on card number 2, I'm going to start off with a piece of crushed curry. It's a nice fall color. It's a fun technique. It's a little messy, but really I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. Okay, so then we've got our white, and I'll get another piece of paper to stamp this on so I don't get it all over the place. So we're gonna take our stamp, and I need to clean it with the chamois. So we sell these chamois, and I think they're $9 for one, and you can use it over and over again. It does get stained, but it still works. You just rinse it off and get it wet, and then it just cleans your stamps off. So let's go ahead and start with this one. And I think I'm going to stamp it in Cajun Craze, the big stamp. And then I think I'll do maybe, how about pumpkin pie? And we'll go back with this one. And I think some crushed curry. What color did we not use? So we've used Cajun Craze, pumpkin pie. We haven't used Poppy Parade yet. So how about some Poppy Parade? And I think there needs to be another color there, so maybe pumpkin pie. We'll put some of that color. And then we'll stamp our words. You are seriously the best. And let's stamp that in black so you can really read it good. So this is the Memento ink. You are seriously the best. And then we are done with all of these colors, so we'll go ahead and put them up. And then I stamped 2 more of the smaller leaf images on scrap paper and fussy cut them. I'm going to add those to it, but here's all our pieces here. We'll just dump all this out. So I've got a piece of Poppy Parade, and I cut this one 4 by, that's not right, there we go. I cut it 3 5/8 by 4 5/8. So 3 5/8 by 4 5/8. And then I just cut it on the diagonal, and we're gonna adhere that to our card for the background. And we will just put it close to the edge. And then this one is going to go like that. So put our adhesive on here. This is in the way. Okay. Put this here. So crushed curry. Kind of looks like McDonald's colors. They're red and yellow. And then we'll adhere this. And that Y is kind of messed up, so I'm going to just use a Stampin' Up! Journaling pen and fix the Y. There we go. And we're going to add on our other one. So these I stamped in pumpkin pie. And then I put a bunch of mini dimensionals on there. And fussy cut them. There's no die for this. Sorry it's taken me so long to get these off of here. Oma, are you talking about the Joseph's coat? You'll have to go back and watch the video. Okay, so I think we'll just put that there. And we've got this one. I didn't buy a new autumn stamp set this year, so I thought, what can I do with stamp sets that I already have to make them into autumn stamp sets? And I've got my fall wreath hanging on my front door. It's been there since the last of August because I'm like, I'm ready for fall. Come on, let's do it. I think it actually was September before I hung it, but barely. Okay, so we'll just kind of overlap those. And then we're gonna tie a little bow. So I've got some linen thread. This one came in a paper pumpkin, but I'm gonna just take it about 5 inches and double it. And we'll just cut that in half. Actually, I didn't double the one that I did before, but I kind of like the double. Just gives it extra bows. Oh. Let's try that again. Of course, I can never do these in front of y'all. I always get not very good bows. I should have done this ahead of time. Wow, this is kind of terrible. All right, we're gonna start over. We're just gonna make one, and I'm gonna do this. We're just gonna make a quick bow this way. There, that's better. That's just faster, right? Okay, so I've got these little mini glue dots. Those come in paper pumpkins, and there's always plenty of leftover, so I save them and use them on cards. And we'll just stick that on there. Peel off the backing and stick our bow on. So I think the tails are just a little bit long. Or this one is. The other side looks fine. But... So it's just a quick little fall card. And the last one, again, I've pre-done a lot of this so that it doesn't take up too much of your time. But I did use the, oh, and I meant to write the name of that down. I think it's called Words of the Season, where I used the die cuts again, and I used the adhesive sheets before I put it on the basic white before I die cut the words. So we've got all these pieces here, and this is crumb cake, 5.5 by 8.5. And we're gonna fold this in half. And then this paper, I've used almost all of my perennial lavender paper. I've still got some, but you think it's all purple, but then some of the pieces have like all crumb cake on them. So that's what I used for that. So we've got this piece, and then I've got a piece of the basic beige, not bordered ribbon. What is it called? Let me see the name of it. Classic ribbon. So it's basic beige. I've got my little ribbon tamer on there that I made for it. And we're just gonna wrap this around and put it on the back. And I'm just gonna put it in the center. Of the card, and then add a little bit more adhesive over the bow so it sticks good. And then we're gonna adhere this to the card. And so this was die cut with the textured dies. I love these dies. Did I tell you all that? Love these dies. They're awesome. There's 8 and they work for so many different things. But it does coordinate with the stamps, and I highly recommend getting the bundle because then you've got both awesomeness. And then the words "The Happy Autumn" was die cut with basic white. Then I stamped this on scrap paper in pecan pie. And then I colored in the white, they were like open leaves. I colored them with the light crumb cake marker. So let's pop this up with the mini dimensionals. Card 1, yeah, that was the Joseph's coat. So you'll have to go back and watch it. Sorry I messed up on the first attempt. I forgot to wipe it with the dryer sheet. Okay, so we've got our Happy Autumn, and we're just gonna center this. And then we're gonna stick our leaves on. So we'll just put some adhesive on there. And just adhere that. And then I think it needs some of the jewels. So these are the neutral, what did I call them? Neutral matte dots. So we'll get some of these beige ones and put on here so it'll match the ribbon. So yeah, those were our 3 cards. Really quick. Yeah, which one is your favorite? A little note of appreciation, or you can call it the Joseph's coat. And again, think about the different designs that you could do this with. It works best if you have some that are more solid image to get the colors underneath there. But you could do it in like shades of blue or shades of purple, or actually shades of any color. But I liked it with the fall and the Joseph's coat. So it's not perfect. It just makes a neat background paper. And then this one makes a good background paper. And so yeah, those are the cards. I hope y'all enjoy the World Card Making Day on Saturday. Make sure you make cards and make sure you send them out. I hope y'all have a blessed week, and thank you for watching and sharing the video. Bless you. Bye-bye.